My grandmother was the founder of Cheetah's Nefertiti back in 1994. She started off as a barmaid, and she decided to open her own bar. We had been written for 28 years, so she decided to turn it over to me. The challenges that I had was I couldn't get the city of Detroit to approve a few things, so I joined the BizWiz program. The Metro Detroit Black Business Alliance had to contact a few people to get things approved a little quicker. Just being able to have that connection with people who know people to help people like me out in businesses where we really just don't know, having them on the side of me was very helpful.
In America and in Michigan, in fact, we have a racial wealth gap. So in the state of Michigan, a white family has 9 times the wealth of a black family. They both have the same income and the same education. If we would close the wealth gap, the state stands to gain $92 billion, and that report came from the Kellogg Foundation. When we think about wealth, we think about capital, we think about land ownership, and so one of the things that's important to us is to do our part to help close that wealth gap.
Being an entrepreneur, sometimes we struggle because there's an information gap, whether that's about new grants or programs in the city that can help you, and the Business Alliance definitely helps bridge that gap.
I found out about the Neighbor Hub grant through Metro Detroit Black Business Alliance, and it didn't seem like a real opportunity for me until MDBBA told me about it. And I was actually able to win that award.
As a member of the Metro Detroit Black Business Alliance, I was just really astonished by what it provided me. For example, the Capital Connect program and the overall program itself, I was able to, receive funding due to what the program has provided me. I'm not just going and asking for funding, I'm building a relationship.
What we're trying to do is truly create an ecosystem where black dollars circulate.
We were blessed to receive a young intern that came and worked alongside of Hot Sam's, and he left such an impression that we decided to bring him on part-time. Up Next gave us that opportunity.
I think about one of the success stories from our Up Next program. I think about Tanea, who did a phenomenal job being able to apply what she learned in the class to her time that she spent with Q's Kitchen. I walked away extremely impressed.
I interned at the kitchen by Cooking with Q, and I worked in the kitchen. I learned a lot of cooking skills and how to help out where I'm needed.
And so our Up Next program, I think the sky's the limit, and we're excited for next year with her coming back as an ambassador to the program.
When we talk about the racial wealth gap, we're talking about an intentional disparity in the wealth distribution in our country. Policies in local, state, and federal government were intended to exclude black people from acquiring wealth, going all the way back until when black people were enslaved, all the way until the early 70s when we finally got Fair Housing and Fair Lending Act. And so because of that, it requires intentionality, it requires boldness, it requires fearlessness to close the gap. From launching our summer internship program, connecting young people to black entrepreneurs, to connecting our members to capital, even our policy win at Detroit City Council. We've been able to do so much in such a short amount of time. The work that we do to close the wealth gap, we cannot do alone. The Kellogg Foundation report that I referenced really calls on all of us to do our part to close the wealth gap. I am deeply grateful for Gary Torgo and the team at Huntington Bank. When they heard about the Metro Detroit Black Business Alliance, they took a chance. They said that our goals were their goals, and they invested in our work. Other partners such as DTE, the Detroit Pistons, and many, many more have jumped in and said, we want to do this work together.
But DTE looks to power and energize our communities. And we strive to not only be best in the world at what we do, but also to be best for the world. And one of the ways we do that is through forging partnerships with community partners like the Metro Detroit Black Business Alliance. The work that they do, supporting small businesses, supporting economic development, supporting growth, is absolutely amazing. And we're so proud to be a partner with them as they continue their mission.
When I first took over, I went to my grandmother and I asked her, I said, Granny, why we don't do this and do this? And she said, well, I don't own a building. I said, really? See, I said, oh, my goal is I'm buying a block. I'm buying it.
When I think about success stories, Dominique is a great case as to what happens with the business program. We helped her get her licensing, getting approvals through the city's BC department, holding her hand the entire step of the way, not letting it go, so that she feels comfortable going into these different departments and asking for exactly what she needs and delivering.
So last year I was able to purchase the building, and thanks to MDBBA, I should be open in mid-2023.
Taking Black entrepreneurs from vision to reality, we're helping them navigate the tough processes that traditionally exist, cut through red tape, and ultimately live out their wildest dreams as entrepreneurs.
Thank you, MDBA, for all you do.
Thank you, Metro Detroit Black Business Alliance.
Thank you, MDBBA.
Thank you, MDBBA.
Thank you so much, MDBBA, for everything that you've provided me and positioning me to be successful in my business. I truly appreciate you. Thank you so much.
I'm extremely grateful to all of our members, all of our partners, and all of our sponsors that are joining the work with us to do what is necessary to help close the racial wealth gap. And we are looking forward to doing so much more in 2023.